Alright people, so you probably wonder what's been going on this week lately. Well, as you can see, the T-Class is outside and it's actually sitting for quite a while, for like 2 days right now. So I left it first night I left it overnight. And if you probably know, we have a 500 euro challenge, and which means that our Peugeot is inside the garage and it has pretty big issues. So as you can see, there's a lot of parts, there's a lot of tools, and we have an issue with the head gasket. Because lately I find out that in a coolant tank I found some oil, so I drained it all and I drained the oil. In the oil pan was no coolant, but inside the coolant was some oil. And at idling, it's not like giving white gas, like white smoke, but when you push a little bit of throttle, a little bit of gas, it kinda pushes out that white smoke. So yesterday I have bought some heads for the actual head to remove, and today I think we're just gonna remove it, and I have a new gasket here. So yeah, let's go to work now. Alright, so as you can see, this I just only like poured, inside when I was taking off the head, needs to clean up. But you can see clearly between the head and the cylinders there are this basically shit that flowing around. So our head gasket is totally wrecked. As you can see, it's just like rotten at some place. I was trying to take it off, I couldn't do it, so I took like spatula and just scrape it off because it just shears apart. So basically here is like the head cylinder, and besides it, it's like coolant. So this whole thing is just wrecked. Probably in a time it was like maybe preheated a lot. And yeah, so right now I'm just gonna clean everything out, dry everything, put a little bit of lubrication, and yeah, we're gonna install the new head gasket for this. So I have decided to actually replace the timing belt also, because either way I needed to remove the head. I need, in order to remove the timing belt, it was slightly like basically it was slightly like used, so you can like actually start to see some cracks in it. So I decided, I order it tomorrow. The new timing belt is gonna come. I marked all of my wheel spots when the timing belt was still on, so I don't lose the traction of the cylinders and all the timing. So that's good, and basically I placed everything back. I put the new head gasket underneath. I like cleaned it, both of the surfaces. Underneath I used like a special sealant for like a gasket. Actually, I'll show you. Yeah, this one is like exactly the one for high temperatures and so on. So this is like the red one. Some people use black, some red, but like I prefer always the red one. It's always like very, very good. And yeah, so basically new head gasket is in. tomorrow timing belt on, everything gonna put back on, all the cover and everything. The generator I have actually restored. I have brought to the guy that redoes those coals inside the alternator or generator, whatever you call it. So he tells that it's all right. And yeah, so tomorrow in the morning I'm gonna take from the store the belt, gonna place it, tighten up everything, put the covers back, put the pump, put the alternator here, put the belt on, like check is everything is nice and connected. And yeah, also new battery, the old one I took it away, give it some, some cash. And yeah, so basically right now the situation is like that. The problem was pretty obvious. The head gasket was like completely tear apart. But yeah, probably gonna see you guys tomorrow. So it's another day. I have the new belt. So yeah, hopefully it all fits. All nice and new, fresh, as you can see. Let's see if it matches with an old one. Yep, same length. Looks kind of the same. Let's check the tooth grooves. Those are matching sizes. Yep. So let's go. So this bad boy is nice, it's running. Had some pretty big problems, but I mean, I kind of managed to work it out. Probably on Monday I'm gonna bring it to the technical inspection to check, this guy's gonna check what's wrong with this car. We're gonna fix it, we're gonna renew the technical inspection for this car, so we're gonna make it to be able to drive for 2 years. And yeah, I mean, we did hell of a big job. I took like, I don't know, almost 3 days of waiting, fixing and stuff like that. But yeah, it turned out good. As you saw, I brought the C-Class back. What we're gonna do now is I have some parts ordered, and I also have, basically this is what I have. So this for the hood, for the trunk, but for the C-Class we're gonna change it because the hood doesn't wanna go up. So C-Class for the front, M-Class for the trunk, because the trunk on the M-Class, it lifts up but barely. So I think now we're gonna change it because we're at the place. And yeah, so let's do it. Alright, so now look at the difference. Now it's lifting by itself. Super nice. Nice. And this one, if you know, the Mercedes always like at least the older class always has these buttons, so you can lift the hood like straight up, like how do you say, vertically you can lift it. So this is like one stage, and the second one, when you press the button to here, it basically stands up, so then you have absolutely a hole clear and you don't have to remove the hood just in case you need to, I don't know, pull an engine or do some heavy duty work on it. Alright, so we are at the M-Class place. Let's open this up. So pretty nice. Of course, the new ones. Like the one I chose a bit pricier because I mean this is my kind of projects and my cars, so let's treat them well. So let's see. So you see, like the problem is I lift it, like this is like all the way, I can push it and it comes down. So let's see how much comes down. But that's roughly probably 30 centimeters. So yeah, we need to change those. Changing those at the end, just in case somebody doesn't really know, at the end there's like a spring. It looks like this with like clips inside. So you basically push it out, you insert something and you push it out like that, and then you install onto the ball, onto your thing that were. So these are like pretty rough. I don't know, can my trunk actually can withstand to hold itself without me holding it? But let's see. So one clip, second one, and these ones are like pretty bad. They're like rusty and stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised if there were still unoriginal ones on these. Come on, pick up. Wait. Ah, shit. Okay. Okay. Doesn't really wanna hold. Can I put it like that? Yeah. Whoops. So the trunk is pretty heavy with the glass on, so it's pretty rough. As you can see, it doesn't really wanna go. One, let's place it in. One is in. The other one is okay. Boom. Now that's instantly better. So now it holds onto the top position. Very good. So now let's change the other one. So yeah, I mean this is like the old one. I don't know as you can see, but it basically have a big of rust. And yeah, I think it's either original, whatever. Let's just change the other one and forget about it for a long time. So this probably lasts a long time until they're gonna misfunction, but so that's good. That's good. Those are not super expensive. I paid, I don't know if I said or not, but but I paid like 20 euros for each. For the C-Class, the one comes with like nothing, and the other one comes, as I told you, with that button to click into the place. Okay, let's maybe prepare exactly the other one so we don't have same issue with this thing again, because we have to be safe. Very simple, right? Alright, so this one is prepared. Come on. Why the fuck? It's not coming up. Boom. Easy. Other one. Boom. In. Click. Over here. Is it in or not? Oh, it's some nasty shit over here. Okay, now it's in. Boom. There we have it. Let's check now. So if I close it, let's say from the bottom, and release it, as it comes to the end. Yep. Alright, because I was always hitting this knob that locks, so I don't know how many times, so I was like pissed off and I just, fuck it, let's buy it. I mean, they are still kind of work, but you know, they're just eventually end up not working properly, and that is just gonna cause you a bit of sometimes accidents, you know. So, and yeah, it's kind of the thing, you know, when you go to, let's say, either a car show or whatever, and you like show up with your ride, and you're like, you don't like to be like your doors are gonna squeak, you like to fix them, so you do all those stoppers, all the sealants and everything. You do all this, I don't know how you call it, suspension for the trunk, for the bonnet, whatever. And yeah, that is one of the things to keep it nice and working properly. Welcome guys. So today we have a different plan. We're actually going to a traditional event that always happens like every year at this time. I don't know, like it usually comes on a like late winter or early springtime, and the event actually calls by the fish name. Basically, I don't know how that fish is gonna be called on the English version, but I will write it down, maybe you know that. But in Baltic states we have this traditional event that we are always going like every year, and it's going on for like 2-3 days always. People just collaborating, they're just going by the sea, and over there everyone, those like tiny fishes, I'm gonna show you later when we're gonna go to there, but those, like everyone at the event is like cooking, is selling raw fish, is cooking like in oil, and it's just like really nice snacky event that we are now going to. We are going to Palanga, and of course we're gonna visit the sea, because why not? And yeah, so see you there. So as you can see, there's a lot of people, a lot of different shops, a lot of different things that people sell. Crazy amount of people. As you can see, anywhere from cheese, from bread products, like a lot of things. Super nice. Some spices, mixes, some meat. Those are actually like smoked. Real nice, real nice. Some traditional bread. What else? That's nice. Look at the head of that hog. Very nice. Now here we have some traditional Lithuanian cakes. Some more spices, some bread, traditional cooked. Some more meat. So there's basically a very different variation of things going on over here. Some vegetables, fruits, some mandarins from Spain, apples. I don't know, is it Lithuanian or maybe from somewhere else? But yeah, that was basically like a side market. So right now we're gonna go to the main street of the town where they're probably gonna cook some fish. So here I'm looking at some traditional games and things. So let me show you. Some corn, some baskets, some traditional beverages, probably homemade. A lot of people, as you can see, like a lot. See, there's a lot of cooking process going on right in the front of the street. A lot of tables prepared. The weather is pretty nice. It's like -1, not super windy. It has like slight wind, but nothing too much. So let's go and check it out. That fish is what I'm talking about. Okay, so there's not some fish. Here they are. So as you can see, there's a bunch of different kazans cooking, bunch of different stew and everything, getting ready, prepared for the people. It's basically like a real nice event. I don't know, as you can see very well, but a lot of people here. So let's just gonna go straight by this tree, see what's good. So the prices is like one portion of these fishes are like 10 euros, a bit pricey, but you only can get them once a year. They are not like regularly catched fish. So yeah, that's how it is. As you can see, there's a lot of people just waiting for the portions. There's some smoked fish I can see. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of smoked fish here and there. Here we have some candies. Super nice. Some more smoked fish. There's even a smokers here. Not all the sellers are like prepared, but most of the people are here. I mean, it's still kind of morning. There are some regular stores that sells like toys, whatever. And that's like the smell here is like, you know, there's a lot of smokers here. So the smell is like
pretty nice and pretty comfortable to be around with. Probably gonna just walk around, see what's good. If I'm gonna spec something interesting, I will definitely gonna show you. But we're probably gonna go to the bridge to watch the sea. It's not very much like windy, so it should be a great weather to watch it out, to check it out. So yeah, come along. So here on the bridge, I think we have some fishing competition. So let's go and check it out. Maybe we can find some fishermen actually pulling some fish, but mostly that fish being caught at night. And I checked out online. That fish is actually called a smelt, S-M-A-L-T. So smelt, that's what it is. We have a real nice view. This is our Baltic Sea. This is the flag of the city. Real nice. We have a little bit of sun. Super vibey day. Very nice. So probably we'll go and try to go to the end of the bridge, and yeah, let's take a view out of it. Alright, so basically you saw all the event of the smelt fish event, that's how it's called, and it's gonna be for also like tomorrow. So it was yesterday, today, and it's gonna be probably tomorrow. So I don't know, maybe for tomorrow we're gonna go and do something else, but right now I think we're just gonna pack it up. Welcome guys. So back at the garage, but this time I'm just gonna do some announcements, some openings, some showing you some new tools and packages that I have received for past almost a week. Let's start with the first thing is, if you can guess it, epoxy resin, 5 liter, or I don't know, in American it's like I think almost like 1 gallon, I think. So I used like regular resin. These are polyester resin. Slightly eats up the foam, but for this purpose I have a bit of a different strategy to do with that. So yeah, of course we have 5 liters of that and 5 mixtures for each liter that are all independently marked by, like, you know, those marks, so I can measure exactly how much I'm gonna need and just use it as it goes. So 5 liters of that. So to prevent the happening of eating my foam, what we're gonna do is this thing. Here's my solution. We have fine-grained filler. So this is just a filler for like a drywall or for just, you know, some house projects and house like renewing things up, patching holes and stuff. This is like also like a lightweight, fine grain, which means it doesn't have like big grains. It's really like smooth. So basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna cover it entire body kit with a very thin layer, and later on we're just gonna sand it so it has a smooth surface on it. And that's how we're gonna prevent the resin to touch the foam. So this is gonna be in between the foam, then this filler, and then the resin. So probably this is gonna prevent a lot of eating and heating our foam material on the body kit. So okay, next thing, what do we have? Some Bondo, some real car filler, the hardener. This is 1.5 kilograms of light putty Bondo. What means light? That when you place it on a surface, you can easily basically have access to remove the surface, to adjust, to like shape it and basically sand it way easier than regular Bondo. Or like let's compare a Bondo. Maybe I have here, yeah, I do have, I have some hard, these are glass fiber putty. So this stuff is very hard to basically sand it and do a lot of work. I also have like a regular putty. So why we're gonna use this one? So of course the first layers is gonna be a lot of putting the Bondo on whatever surfaces and things we need to catch up with. So this is gonna be like the first layer of coating with the Bondo, and it's gonna be very easy to smoother out, shape it, measure it, and later on when we're gonna see some imperfections, we're gonna use regular like high hardening Bondos. So yeah, this is some material that I have ordered. Alright, so I think that's gonna be it for the material. So what else we have? We have some tools. So if you saw the episodes, we have this. Basically with the Peugeot we had the tissue that we needed to remove the engine head, basically with all those valves. And if you're having some work with the engine part or like exactly the engine block, you know that it requires some tools, some heavy duty and very high classified and functioning tools to remove either valves, either the top cover screws, which are supposed to be having a lot of torque, and for this thing it requires to have a special tool for that. So let me show you what I got. I have here new set of dynamometrical wrenches, which is basically wrenches that you can put some torque that is required for some nuts and bolts to do it. Those are classic handle adjustment torque wrenches, small one and the big one, of course. How they adjust? Well, it has simply, this one has this big head, it's like 1.5 I think inch. Small one has 1.25 I think, it's like pretty small. So how it works? Very simple, classic wrenches. You unscrew the bottom and then you have all the numeration, all the torque specifications, whatever you need. For instance, you need to mount the engine screws and whatever, and for example it requires like 20 Newton meters of torque, so you just spin your handle, for instance, to the number exactly that matches, let's say 90, and we need 1. So it has a 19 and it has the mark that is go exactly where it is at 90, but you need, for instance, 20. So you need, and on the handle it says from 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4. So you match it up, let's say 1. So now you basically lock it so it won't move the handle when you're gonna do the job. And then you're doing the twist or you tightening the screw, and you're just gonna hear click like, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be your set Newton meters of torque, exactly how much it is required. So yeah, for instance, this is some pretty not super expensive. Those are like, I mean, classic ones. I think I paid like 50 euros for both of the set. Nothing super fancy, but it works well. So of course, if you're gonna choose to have like electrical one with like, you know, like digital, this gonna be like hundreds of euros or dollars. But for me, I mean, like the first this works well. It has an adjustment to 1 3/4, I think. So it's like in the middle between the big and the small one. It's for the big wrench. Some extension. So yeah, basically that's gonna be it. There's of course a manual, all the instructions for the torques and how much is in kilograms or meters, kilograms, and pounds and foot pounds, Newton meters. There's a bunch of information. So yeah. So besides that, if you know, the engine has not like regular screws. It has different heads. So I didn't have it. Well, I figured out when I opened the head that I don't have a star-shaped heads. So I just purchased a new set of basically, how you call those, stars? I don't know. Well, basically those things goes for heavy duty equipment. Usually it grips well, it doesn't want to slip. If you use it properly, works well every time. So that's good. Small set, nothing special. I think like 15 euros for it. Found in my local store. And what else we have? We have a big box. This box is gonna be for a bit of a future things going on. Can you guess what it is? Well, anyways, let me show you. I will show you and you will gonna try to actually still gonna guess it, because until I'm gonna tell you what it is, you probably won't know, except for those who actually work with this, then you know. Nice people. Can you guess what it is? Can you? It looks like a, you know, something, right? Okay, let me show you some things. What is this? Is this like a crowbar? No, this thing is to remove a washer from your injector hole that your washer is like stuck inside. So you just poke it, it like claps it, and just pull it out. Easy. You heard it right. It's an injector removal kit. What it does, for instance, if you work with diesel cars, diesel trucks, you know the issues of removing injectors of your vehicle. And if it has like a black dot, if you don't know what that is, you're lucky. But my M-Class has some issues. One of the injectors is kinda started to leak. So I have decided, and there's more packages to come that actually are coming. But for instance, you need to remove an injector which is super stuck, and if you don't know how to remove it, it's not like you unscrew it and you just take it out. No, it's like always seized up very tight, because after like expanding the motor and like contracting, expanding, contracting, and all that moisture, everything, all the debris comes in, it just gets super stuck, and you just need to kick it out somehow, because there's no space to grab it, there's no space to put something under it and like grow it, you know. So for instance, you have an injector you need to remove, so grab wherever you need type of thing, right? Your head, whatever your injector. This set is for diesel and petrol injectors. So for instance, you add up your tip for whatever injector you have, you screw it directly onto your injector, and how it basically works. Then you have it in place, and this thing slides like a, this is like pretty heavy thing, so you just grab it and you just slam it up. So that's how you remove it, poof, out. Easy as that. I think I showed you how it works. It's not that easy how I showed you. It usually, if you're lucky, you can take the injectors out real quick and easy. But if you're not lucky, then you're gonna struggle even with the very decent tools, because of course the maintenance should be done properly and in time. So yeah, kinda there are some packages in the other city which already has been taken. It's some for the M class, some parts we have already installed in the M class and in the C class. So yeah, there's more packages to come, and there's more work needs to be done. And yeah, so basically I showed you some things what's been going on this week. We have small, you know, hangout, kind of chilly week to do. But yeah, I mean, we dealt with all the problems and issues that we had. So yeah, as always guys, thank you everyone for watching, thank you for supporting. From now on, I think we're just gonna continue our journey probably daily, or I don't know, at least if we are gonna skip 1 or 2 days, no big deal. We're just gonna continue a regular track and go back, you know. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. If you like this episode, you know what to do. You drop a like, and see you guys next time.